everyone, Steve the Amateur Historian, walking on Lovejoy heading west. I got off at 23rd and Lovejoy, so it's kind of, 23rd is kind of where the city ends and it starts becoming a lot more residential. Really nice houses. I spent like, a couple years ago I spent like a whole day in this area just looking at the houses. Anyway, I'm still dealing with my medical stuff. I'm trying not to let it bother me. It's lingering. But I have my first appointment tomorrow afternoon with my actual primary care provider, so someone that will actually see me, hopefully frequently. So I'm gonna sit down and say, hey, listen, these other guys, I appreciate them. They're nice, but they didn't seem as invested as I would hope. And maybe it is, you know, what it is. I don't know. I just need my main person to look at it. But anyway, I need to get out of the house. You know, when it's head compression, and it's just here every damn day. We're now at 3 weeks. I don't know if they're gonna look. Nope, she didn't let me go. So I just need to get out of the house. I need to do something. So this is just whatever happens, pretty much. Because, you know, if I start feeling wiped out, beat down, I'm just gonna stop, head home. But otherwise, I was like, you know, when I've been reading a little bit how to deal with, you know, when you're stressed, when you're being bothered by something, medical thing in my case. Being out in park space, greenery, is always beneficial. So I'm walking a stretch of road that I haven't really had much of a reason to walk, even though I've kind of wanted to, because I'm going to be slowly making my way into Forest Park, and again, not going too hard, because I'm climbing a little bit. I'm getting into the West Hills, and I'm going this way because Lovejoy, actually right up here, turns and becomes Cornell Road, which cuts through the West Hills. And I'm just gonna make my way into Forest Park and just let whatever happens happen. So as you can see the sign here, Lovejoy ends, Cornell begins, going this way. Itch. Yeah, so again, this is just a whatever happens video. This video is more for my health than any planned exploration, but even when you do things unplanned, you end up finding yourself stumbling onto all sorts of interesting stuff. God, the homes up here are ridiculous. Look at this freaking house. And there's just like another big one past it. This is like the peak of the Pearl, where just everything. Look at this new agey house. There's a staircase that goes somewhere. Like this probably just takes you back down below. Jesus, they're all just so decadent. Oh, I love it, and yet I'm so jealous. There's like a big house around this foliage too. Here's another staircase leading down. Look at this. This doesn't even look like this could be somebody's house. This looks like this has to be a place that like multiple people are living in. It's huge. Dear God. Would I live up here? Damn right I would. Yeah, you stare off this way, you can start seeing that there's kind of a elevation increase. I mean, look at how stoic this garage is. This is just a garage. Looks nicer than most of the homes in the neighborhood I live in. But you know, hopefully that, like everything else, will change for the better. Look at this little house. It's all on support. supports because it's so hilly up here. Another one of these staircases. I love how these are just all over the place, taking you from road to road. Now I know we're coming upon, eventually as the road wraps around, it actually becomes a tunnel through the West Hills. Not wide enough for a path, so there's actually a path that goes around it. I've always been interested in kind of walking through there. I know that's not too far up. Look at how blue this thing, this is mysterious. Look at how cool this is. This could be like an underground house in and of itself. Just look at that. It's the doorways into whatever, and then there's like houses way up there. This is very common in this area. Garages below, houses above. This is my first actual, like, exploration trek, whatever you want to call it. Since I've come down with this, I've done a little walking around where I live. I've done, obviously, walking at work. But this is my first, like, going out and exercising, exploring, whatnot. And I'm already feeling it. And if you peer through here, there's the Montgomery Park building. Kind of prominent in Northwest Portland, but you can see how high elevation we are already. Hopefully that showed up well. I wasn't checking the screen to see exactly if I was getting it in the shot. But yeah, you just keep climbing and climbing. Fortunately, once I get past the tunnel, that's when trails start popping out, which will get me out of the sun and will definitely make me a lot more sweaty because of just the humidity of the area. But it'll be nice to be in there, and just, again, you know, so many things have probably had adverse effects on me in addition to feeling off for the last while. Wonder where that goes. Mystery staircase. You know, I was bedridden for a long time, which wasn't good for my, you know, mind, body, spirit, what have you. And on top of that, a lack of vlogging, which I wanted to obviously do because I love it, but also for the health aspect of exploring around a lot and just connecting with my city. So I woke up, it's kind of hazy, everybody at home's sick. They're all having throat things, and I was having kind of a throat thing, so I either may have gotten them sick or there's some real big thing going around, and what they have is different from me. I don't know. Yeah, Cornell gets, like, see, we did this big wrap around back here, and then right here we hit another road and we keep going up this way. So yeah, Cornell gets kind of crazy once you start going up into the hills, but it's one of these roads that, like Lovejoy right through the northern part of downtown, becomes, and it takes you through the West Hills and becomes a prominent street on the west side. Did I say East Hills? I don't know. But yeah, so it becomes a prominent street on the west side. I've been having a real hankering to start spending more time on the west side because I don't know it that well. I just want to discover. I have this thirst for discovery and to see new things, even if they're right up the street, because I've been so held back for so long, and it's been rough having to just sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait and keep on waiting, you know. So that's kind of what this is a bit of a response to, is actually trying to be productive. That guy, the Thomasidal. I hope it reconvenes. Okay, it kind of does. So, because obviously Cornell goes this way, so I just kind of linger on this really thin fringe, and then society goes on down there. Yeah, this is not preferable. This is a little tight. I don't know if I like this. There's a very big truck coming. I'm frightened. You better proceed with caution, sir. No, that was an SUV. That was something from New York. Are New Yorkers supposed to be good drivers? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter now. Entering the Balch Creek Watershed Management Area. Sounds very manageable. Got some old, well, I don't know if they're old, but got some nice rock here to guide my way. If I'm correct, I think the tunnel's like pretty much right around this corner. Is this a trail? I very highly doubt it. Doesn't seem uber necessary.
Wait, where are you going? Wait, get it to the next. Swing it down here.
Here's more of this stuff. So you can kind of see the rockiness, and the tunnel's just obviously right in here. But they give you this to circle around. These dinguses do whatever they do on these scooters. Oh man, yeah, I'm definitely feeling it in my head a little bit. I mean, I usually feel that if I'm, you know, going down hardcore. Again, I'm trying to take it light. I'm actually surprised how well I've been doing, considering I've been climbing uphill pretty much since the moment I got off the bus. But yeah. So again, you know, I don't know how much I'm gonna do, but the objective is, I'm pretty high. I was gonna get off. I'm high. I was gonna get off on the Wildwood Trail, or any number of these trails that starts going this direction, and meander my way down to Macleay Park, so it's mostly all downhill. And that would be it for the most part. So this is where the trail wraps back around. It's not that long of a tunnel. Yeah, I was hoping to do more, but I'm already feeling real woozy. Not, you know, just in the head, but just kind of like it's obvious. I mean, that's what sucks. I was actually starting to get in pretty good physical shape, and then I decided to bedrid myself for almost 2 weeks. It was dumb. It was stupid. I mean, I should have been resting, but not endlessly. So now, like, you know, the effects are massive. And yeah, hopefully, again, you know, I'm gonna get a third opinion tomorrow. We'll see if the hell will actually be done about this. It almost looks like there's a trail there. I bet people have crept up to the top of this thing before. Would not surprise me one bit. So yeah, 1940 is when apparently this was built. And I remember being in this area. Now it looks like a trail starts over here, but I'm not seeing one over here, so hopefully I don't have to go too far. So I thought I was recording, and I wasn't. This is a trail. It's not what I'm gonna take, but it's a little trailish. Look at how high, I mean, I'm already way up in the West Hills. Oh yeah, that's shaky. I get shaky alone when I'm not having head issues looking down, so probably shouldn't tempt fate with that. But anyway, yeah, we're approaching, I forgot, it's the second tunnel that Cornell goes through, so maybe the path is just the other side of that. It's got a lot more, there it is. It's got a lot more greenery on it. It rounds a little bit, which sounds more familiar to me. Doesn't look like it's as long either. Sons of bitches. Yeah, because I really want to stop going uphill. It's definitely making me kind of woozy. So, it's another benefit of finally getting to one of these trails is, one, it's all downhill. Two, a lot of people, especially, you know, a day like today. It's supposed to be almost 90 today. What am I doing? I need water. I need to eat. I have head compression, and I'm out here vlogging, climbing into the West Hills. Well, you know, I mean, I guess, you know, the benefit of it is I've been just constantly worried about it, whether, you know, despite what the doctors have said, there's always that little fear in the back of your mind that it's something more serious. And in a way, today was me trying to kind of counter that. Because with the compression, it's been so hard for me to, it just, you know, it compresses around your brain, and when it starts, I get this immediate impulse to just stop being productive, which is not healthy. It leaves me pissed. Here, by the way, here's the other side of the bridge. Leaves me frustrated. And I mean, you guys don't have to know me well to know that I'm an adventurous, want to get stuff done kind of person. You know, I've tried to relax myself. I've tried to not overwhelm myself. But you know me, if you've watched my stuff, and you know that I'm a get things done type of person. And now that I'm in my 30s, I'm even more of a want to get things done kind of person. So it's, I know I'm not in a place to complain when there's people that were born with problems that have restricted them their whole lives. There's so many people that have massive restrictions on what they're capable of doing, either from an accident or a condition they were born with. So I'm certainly not here to say I'm the most disenfranchised person in the world or anything, as the white guy with a pretty clean medical history. But the one tweak on that is when you want to be productive, and that's what keeps you alive. That's what really keeps you kicking. And you also don't have a history of a lot of medical problems. I mean, as much as I don't want to have to experience it, you don't have, hope the cars aren't making too much noise, but you don't have that experience of dealing with medical things that last lengthier periods like this. So I've gone into this, like, you know, very inexperienced in terms of, you know, and every time I've had something that's been prolonged, first time I went and got checked up, boom, we figured it out. My vitamin D thing that kept me bedbound for a long time, went and got checked. Blood work was great, except for my vitamin D was just almost non-existent. So we figured it out, and boom, we solved it. And, you know, my current situation is I'm still not 100% convinced exactly what's going on. It still kind of meets the general description of a tension headache, and I know I've read tension headaches can last for lengthy periods of time, but I'm still just not 100% convinced. And so it's been rough. Okay? I mean, I don't want to, you know, complain compared to what other people have experienced, but this has been a really hard couple of weeks, combining not really feeling motivated to do anything because you have constant just compression on your head, and you're just like, everything seems like a chore, everything seems like a challenge. And it's been a really bad August. It's pretty much what it's been. But thank God, August is almost done. Hopefully September is a little bit better. Hallelujah, I found it. Macleay Park. Which this is just generally like a part of Forest Park. Or it's like globbed on. Can't even read that. Donated in 1897. And this was erected in 1950. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I'm feeling it in my ear. So it's Wildwood Trail. Which I fortunately and unfortunately know all too well. This may have even been where we were parked when I got lost here. I got lost here, I can't remember if it was the summer before my senior year or the summer before my junior year. No, it was before my junior year because there were people on the team that were a year ahead of me who were there that day. I guess I should have been prepared for there to be a lot of people out today. There are a lot. But it looks like a trail. My initial thought was I was gonna maybe try to branch off some interesting trails today, but just climbing that has wiped me out. So I'm just gonna ease my way down, take a look at some of the beauty, try not to talk as much because I think that's adding to the exhaustion of talking while you're climbing. I don't remember this bridge. Water. Here, this little thicket. These rock formations. Actually, I may already not be that far from the witch's castle because I remember coming from the opposite way back this way. It seemed to take forever for me to get to the witch's castle. This is treacherous, especially for a guy who's redeveloping his leg and arm, well, pretty much every muscle in my body. Sorry, try to keep this as steady as I can. This is not very forgiving ground. Oh, it's so much cooler down here, though. Odds are by the time I reach the witch's castle, there's probably going to be like 50 people there, just based on the number of people I passed on the trails. Fallen trees. Oh, here we are. It's right in front of me. The witch's castle. I think, yes. This tree doesn't look real. Where am I? Okay, I'm way over here. No. I'm here. I don't know. I don't know what that means anymore. Oops. Oh no. I've been here before. I did a video on just this. There's a lot more. A lot more graffiti in here than before. want to say this was maybe a restroom at one time. I know there was a restroom attributed to this. And this is a very tiny space at ground level. Right there? Guessing there's a big window or some big platform here at one time. But yeah, I love how these windows still have the frames in them. What the hell is this? I don't know. Yeah. Same for this one over here. This is like the main upper space. This ceiling, or this wall top is fared a little bit better than this one, but you can guess there was probably a tiny window right up on top of where it ends there. You come out and go downstairs. This side. One side's just like the other. I almost went the wrong way. What just hit me? Some liquid just hit me. I'll be damned if I know. Is it headache curing meds from the gods? Because I would gladly take that right now. I am definitely noticing as I was climbing, I was definitely feeling more compression on my head. And as I've gone down, like obviously I still feel it, I'm always feeling it, but it's a little bit less now than it was. So, you know, elevation change does all kinds of little things to you, and so when you've actually got an issue you're dealing with, those are probably expounded upon. And like if this is just a really long-term tension headache I have, they say exertion tends to make them worse, so that makes sense if that is the case. And but going out and doing something like this also brings peace of mind. Like I'm obviously noticing the head discomfort, but I feel better now than I did 3-4 hours ago. So slow but gradual progress. And you know, I'm gonna, when I finally do get out of this, because I will get out of this, so I have to keep reminding myself, when I do get out of this, this is a cool area, I'm gonna laugh at myself so much for all the strain I put myself through going through this. But you know what, I'll relish that if I'm feeling healthy. These shoes that I'm walking in, I do need to get new ones. I mean, they're hardly in fantastic shape anymore. I bought these shoes while my girlfriend had a family friend visiting, and we went to Woodburn, all their outlet stores. I bought these shoes for on sale, 25 bucks off. Spent I think it was like $39.99 on these shoes. Bought them July 2017, August 2019. These shoes have lasted me for over 2 years, and it's not that I don't wear them regularly. These are the primary shoes that I've done pretty much all of my videos I've done on this channel. 85% of them I've been wearing these shoes. That doesn't include all the times I just go out and do stuff in general, all the times I walk to work in these and then change out into my work shoes. So they're New Balance something or other. New Balance 613, it says. They were nice and shiny white when I first got them. Now they're kind of a beige color, but I got them for about 40 bucks, and they've lasted me merciless beating into them for now over 2 years. And the funny thing is they still have good support. they still have life in them. I could probably get another 6 months out of these shoes, considering how slowly they are coming apart. So, shoe-wise, one of the best purchases I've ever made. Just for the record, we just passed a 2-year anniversary, and they're still kicking strong. There was a guy leaning on. What the hell? Oh, God. I should have known this park is haunted. I swear to God, this tree, right here, on the fence, there was a guy standing leaning against it, right by the tree. Okay, unless he's a silent runner. He spread up. I swear to God, I looked here, right here. Like, maybe 10 seconds went by. I look up and he is completely gone. And he was firmly defined. He was leaning like right here. These are very old, by the way, very historic. That was, oh God, that actually cut my finger. What was I thinking? That's weird. He definitely didn't go the way I'm coming from, because he would have passed me. I'm listening. That was trippy. Yeah, he was wearing, it looked like a black shirt, maybe like navy blue running shorts, and, you know, running shoes. They're pretty much like what I'm wearing. I'm so bewildered. See? And it's dead silent. Like, it's not like, you know, it's one thing to sprint off and get away real quickly. I would hear that. Hopefully I saw some guy lingering there. Oh my God, he's gonna kill me. This is cool. I don't remember this ever being here. I may have been just too distracted to take notice. That's real cool. So those two guys just ran by me, but one of them was in jeans and shoes, but they were running like they were running together. This is nice. You know, it would probably be really good for my head, which is very, I'd say, kind of congested. Might be a little bit of water to the head. And I think these are fairly new too. I don't remember these being here anytime I've run through Lower Macleay Park. So, conventional wisdom tells me they added those. I know there's been a lot of landslides in the past. Like, this may have all been... No, because this is the creek right here. But, whatever. Those are fairly new. Probably mosquitoes all over the place here. Yes. Yeah, up here there's a lot fewer mosquitoes. Oh man. Oh man. Ah. Actually, that feels pretty good. Even just the cold hand, like just touching me. It's nice. The water's like cool, but it's not freezing cold. It's very, yeah. It's very dirty too. Where are all these runners coming from? Yeah, seriously, I'm still tripping about what happened to that guy I saw standing on the post. I don't know. Yeah. Well, now I look like I've been crying or running really hard, and I've been doing neither. Oh, by the way, this bag, what is this? I bought this for 20 bucks. Outdoor Products USA. I bought this presumably on the cheap. I spent 20 bucks on it at Walmart. I'm just promoting all the stuff I have with me. All of a sudden, something I never do. Oh, God, I can't get this on me. I also need to remember to Instagram when I'm out vlogging. Which, of course, I'm not doing right now, but... yeah, this bag I bought a little over a year ago. I have consistently stuffed it, like, sometimes 20, 25 pounds of stuff. And it's a little beat up on the base. But other than that, this bag, I've had no real issues with it. It has taken the beating, and it just keeps on going. So yeah, if you don't have a lot of money to throw around, you're not one of those guys that can drop, you know, 50, 60, 70, who knows what, on like a really, really crazy bag. This is a pretty simple and logical choice. All right, now let's try getting me the living, but whoa, that is not good. Try getting me the living bejeepers out of here. Oh, that was, none of these rocks are steady. Ah, there we go. And I'll pick this little thing, and oh god, there's dust in my face. And on where we go, but yeah, I mean, they literally leave it open for you to just step up and do that. I really don't want, maybe this bridge was here the last time I was here. I'll be damned if I know. But yeah. Real cute stuff. Back on the trail, yeah, that coolness, even just that little splash of water on my face makes my head feel a lot better. Like, I slept in. I gave myself permission to sleep in because I worked so hard yesterday. I didn't even get off the bus until 2 o'clock, and I haven't eaten today, and it's probably about, it's got to be pushing 3:15. But anyway, I'm not on the Wildwood Trail anymore. I wanted to tell the story while I was there, but I really wasn't on the trail that long. Pretty much once you get to Witch's Castle, it goes off one way and I go off another, and I'm not really in the mood to get lost on a trail today. I was originally, but I decided I don't want to deal with that today. But yeah, like I was talking about before, when I was running cross country, there was one day where we were running, I was going real good. Halfway through the run, I got attacked by a hornet or a yellow jacket. Like,
That's how people know
I saw the yellow jacket, it saw me, and I saw it go meow, and it went like into my thumb. Thumb hurt for like 2 days. It was terrible, and because it was the middle of practice, I had to just kind of run with the pain. And it's a summer practice. It's like 100 degrees outside. And I had this habit of following. I always ended up right behind these two twin sisters, the Bartell twins, who were like our two top cross-country runners on the girls' team. And there's 3 or 4 times that I ended up randomly behind them. And see, they would, you know, because they were dedicated runners, they would run, stop, and do a stretching exercise thing, and then keep going. So of course, when they would stop to do that, I'd run right by them. Every time that would happen, I would get lost wherever we were. Happened at not Mary S. Young, Tryon Creek State Park, and it happened on the Wildwood Trail. I ran past them, and the problem was, we go down this one trail from where the bus was parked, and then you hit the main Wildwood Trail. But there's a bunch of these trails that just kind of go down, so when you're going back, you don't really know which one is which, and there I was suddenly running by myself. And I ended up on a dirt road going up to somebody's like farm. Like, I turned up this dirt road and there's just this old beat up barn. It was very like Texas Chainsaw Massacre looking, and I'm like, I don't even know, because it looked like the entry to this property, but it was from a trail, so I don't know how people would even get out there. So I'm interested in knowing what that's all about. And I just kept going back and forth, and I couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, oh, they're gonna forget I was there, because I don't want to be, you know, disrespectful to myself, but I was kind of a forgettable person in high school, which that's on me. So I'm thinking they're gonna freaking forget I was there. They're gonna leave. My best friend was there, so I was hoping he would notice pretty quickly. But I'm still just like, and I ran for like 2 hours straight because I'm just like, I gotta find him. I can't stop running. And I'm just, the whole time I'm thinking they're gonna leave me behind. I'm gonna be stranded in the West Hills. And I only kind of know the West Hills now. I really didn't back then. Back when I was like, you know, 16, 17 or whatever, I didn't know my way home. I didn't have a cell phone yet. Like, I was literally stranded. I was gonna have to walk till I could find it. I probably didn't have any change on me, so I wasn't gonna be able to. This is like 2003. So cell phones were a thing, but not a lot of people had them yet, especially young people. I would have been screwed. I would have been reported missing. And, you know, after going up a bunch of whatnots, I finally went up a trail that brought me out like just a little ways down the road from the bus. I could see it. It was still there. I was like, I come out of nowhere. And I'm like, and they obviously were waiting for me and not knowing what was going on. I remember this guy Brett on our team, who, like, we knew each other. We'd had some classes, but we weren't super close. We just kind of ran cross country and knew each other. I see him and he sees me and he goes, Steve! And he came like running at me. I think they honestly thought I had vanished, but at least I know that they realized I wasn't there. And so it was 2 hours, and I was not I did not have great endurance then. I mean, the longer I ran, the more longer I could run once I got past that point of just like, oh, I'm tired, and it's like second wind, and that second wind I could run for hours, but so that helped me. I was able to run consistently. Oh God, that was such a stress. And my grandparents were in town visiting. My mom was, you know, it was like, you know, oh, we'll be back in like an hour and a half. Well, it became 2.5 hours because I got lost for an hour. So, you know, my grandma or my grandpa and my mom are there to pick me up, and they're sitting there for like an hour waiting for me. And again, no cell phones, so they can't call me and be like, what's going on? So they had to, my grandparents had just gotten to town, and then first thing they had to do is wait at the school for like an extra hour for me to finally show up, and it was entirely because I got myself lost. That's why you run in pairs, at least. I made it. Now I just have to remember how to get to the bus. I think if I go a little off this way, the closer I get to the Montgomery Park building and whatnot, the closer I'll be to the 15. Conveniently, the 15 originates only a couple blocks from here, and that's the bus that goes right by where I live. And then this is it Thurman? I think it's Thurman that crosses over on the bridge here. There's lots of old pictures of this bridge when this is a lot more or less developed, and I love that this is still here. Big old thing. What was that? Oh. One thing that sucks is back out in the sun. I did remember to put sunscreen on, which I didn't remember a few days ago when I was out in the sun a bit and I got a little bit of red coloration around me. Oh, do I dare climb that staircase? Oh, shit. I think I need to, because I think that's how you get where I need to go. Shit. Okay. There's a staircase here that runs you up to Thurman, and I think the 15 is in this vicinity, so just take it nice and easy, because this is probably going to do a number on my head. Just the strain of climbing and the elevation change, and oh, that's not too bad. I'm already like halfway there. And then I fall flat on my face. So yeah, again, definitely a little, especially climbing, a little bit kind of woozy. Nothing terrible. I felt worse yesterday, first couple hours at work. Made it. There's a number 15 stop right over there. However, I know in this area, the 15 does 2 different routes, so it alternates. So just because there's a stop right there, if I go to that one, I could still be waiting like 30 minutes for a bus. So I need trusty TriMet to help me out. My phone will turn on. There's no, okay. I'm like, I know, there's a 15, but it's going the wrong way. And my phone was not well charged, so I had it turned off until I needed it. I'm like, God, don't tell me I turned it on and forgot to turn it off. Now I have no idea when the buses are coming. Of course, if there's an emergency, I'm equally screwed, but let's just see. Yeah, and if you keep going up Thurman here, you come to the Leif Erikson Trail, which kind of your ability to go through or like there's a blockage there, so you have to stop your car, get out, and it meanders for like a long time. There's lots of trails that break off of it. It's a real solid trail. I think it was formerly a road or a fire lane or a logging truck road, something like that. So it's a lot more developed than these random trails. So up there is pretty cool. I might do some exploration up there at some point. Certainly not today. 5840. 10 minutes. My phone's freaking out. Oh my god. What is happening? No. 4 minutes. Okay, no, that. Okay, 4 minutes. Good. My phone's old, small, cheap, and a piece of crap. So on the overall, there's my bus. You know, probably should have eaten a little bit, probably should have drank a little bit, need to do all that now. But aside from that, it was a pretty good walk. Didn't feel too overexerted except climbing the hill. Not too bad. Made it back to my side of town. Yeah. Whew. It's getting hot. It's actually nice though. It's a nice hot. I think it's a dry heat. That's probably what's doing it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on my therapy walk, whatever you want to call it. Just something to take the edge off, and I haven't been out actually like explore vlogging in a long time, and that was just a nice way to kind of slowly start getting the ball rolling. And all that said, remember as always, like, share, subscribe if you want to. Keep sending good vibes for my improved health, and see you guys next time.